Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this year's tropical update for June 21st. It is the first day of solar summer now, the longest day of the year. And so I figured, why not do a tropical update with it being summer, hurricane season, all of that. Even though there are no active tropical cyclones or area of interest east of 100 degrees west, we're still watching Tropical Storm Celia in the eastern Pacific, expected to become a hurricane, no threat to land. But there are a few things I want to talk about here in the Atlantic, so let's talk about them. First, let's look at the American ensemble model. We have a few areas that remain of concern. One, of course, is down here near Central America, as has been a concern all hurricane season thus far. So far, most things have been forming in the Pacific, and that seems to continue to be the theme over this next week. This model runs through next Tuesday morning. So throughout the next week, storms could still form down there, but really no big signal like we have had with Celia, Bloss, Agatha, and Alex. So those are the storms so far in both the Atlantic and the Pacific. Up to the north, off the coast of North Carolina, we do have a non-tropical area of low pressure that's likely to move south off of the Carolina coast and then back up to the north. Could this become tropical? Maybe. There's a chance that this system could briefly become a tropical storm. If so, probably a subtropical storm. If it were to do that, we'll be here along the way, and that would happen within the next week, likely within the next 2 to 3 or 4 days, if that happens. The odds of that happening aren't great. No mention of it from the Hurricane Center yet, but it is possible. And then the biggest concern that we have over the next few days is our first development of tropical waves. Now, the American ensemble isn't too keen on any particular wave developing into a tropical cyclone, but it's beginning to show the signal for potential development already in June. And again, June really isn't when we start to look for tropical waves. It's more of a late July, August, September, and October type thing that we look for the tropical waves. So now already looking at tropical waves coming off of Africa towards the Caribbean Sea, and that will definitely be a concern. Let's jump to the European ensemble. You see a lot less systems to talk about here. We do have 2 tracks for lows off the northeast coast of the United States. Again, if it develops, it'd be subtropical. I don't think it'll develop. A little bit to talk about in the Pacific, but no big signal, like I said. However, there is a decently big signal, and it's not just this run. It's the past several runs of the ensemble have shown a tropical wave developing into potentially a tropical depression on the south side of the Caribbean Sea in about 6 days, 5 days to a week from now. So if that were to happen, that's something we will definitely be talking about here in the near future. And so that's just something we're going to keep an eye on as this hurricane season develops. And, we are already watching tropical waves, and we are watching other things as well, such as potential systems that come off the U.S., potential systems from Central America. So there is a lot to talk about. Again, we can see a few of these tropical waves on the map here now, south of Cabo Verde and off the coast of Africa. Whether or not they survive the journey across the Atlantic, time will tell, and I'll be here along the way. May or may not have another tropical update tomorrow, kind of depends on what the Hurricane Center does. But of course, once there is an area of interest, I'll be back again for sure. That's all for now. Chris Sixton for their Catholic Media.